All right, we have Ricky's 2015 STI. This is the Crawford version 2 AOS, so it has a different port than in the PDF. I'll put this PDF in the description. Here's all the instructions. Notice that the port number 4 is actually different in person than it is in the diagram, but it is for 2008 plus is what it says, so it does work on the 2015, and it took us a moment because we were struggling to figure out which line goes where. It is all labeled, but just in case you're wondering, we have one from the intake manifold. That's this one here. Will go on top. This one, which has a Y connector down there. This is port number 2. Port number 2.
That's gonna be this one.
Yes. Intake number 6 is this line from the intake manifold. Number 3, the valve cover. This one is actually the one that goes last. It is right above number 2.
Yep.
And so after the top mount is installed, we'll do that one, and it is the crossover tube, which I didn't know is what it's called, goes on this one. Okay, so number 4, this one, coolant port on turbo, goes to the turbo. That one right there, to turbo. And it was confusing because it isn't the same as in the diagram.
Nope. So number 5 goes from here to the expansion tank right here. You're gonna need a 16-inch hose for that one? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and there was the different size too. 5/8 was used on number 2.
Okay.
And it has all the sizes. We went ahead and cut new hoses because this was our used setup and we wanted new lines. And 5/8 on the intake. So this guy, 5/8. Everybody else 1/2 inch. Number 1, 2Y connector. This one right here. The other side of the Y connector, same one that this one goes to, but the side one. We routed it that way, just like in the diagram, around. And this one's 29 inches long, but honestly, if you cut it longer, well, we didn't do it, but if you cut it longer, you could get exotic and wrap it even further away from the intercooler, if that's something you want to do. But this one goes to 1 on bottom. Previous owner tried to use it as a catch can. Look at all this milkshaky shit. Disgusting. So that didn't quite work. We brake cleanered the hell out of this thing. Got it as clean as we could. That's stuff that came out. And now we're going to use it as an actual AOS. They had the lines all routed back into each other, so it never actually saw any coolant after use. I'm guessing that's old residual coolant that was in the AOS. It was just basically used as a catch can that was never drained. That's good. Look at that. We're got to dry it from all the... It's airing it out. Air oiling and separating. So in the PDF it shows all the correct lengths for each hose, the 1/2 inch as well as the 5/8, and which it numbers them too, which is helpful from which port. If you want to cut your own, I definitely would say err on the side of cutting more than their exact amount, because it doesn't hurt. Okay, it definitely didn't take a quart of coolant to do this, but in the diagram it wanted us to route the turbo straight to the AOS over there. Instead, we routed it in front of the internal wastegate valve there. Routed it around near the intake manifold, under the coolant tank. Boom. That's where it's gonna go. There's the intake manifold.
Zip tie everything,
right there. This is the one coming off of the turbo. We routed it outwards instead of directly across because it was getting a little kinked. Is this line right here that goes to
this one doesn't need a
port right there. On the Y connector, the one that goes straight out the side, not up, is the one we routed here. It goes to 1. The one that goes straight up right here goes to 3. This is the valve cover one, so it'll be done last.